Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live stream music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on James Taylor through his song I've Seen Fire and I've Seen Rain. We looked at learning through the hard times, so I trust you found that one encouraging. We're going from there to 1979 in Rochford in Essex. But his mum and dad certainly did flee some pretty horrible situations in World War II. So there's some history there, absolutely. This guy failed fourth grade piano because he confessed he couldn't really read music. And look where he is now. And he actually graduated with first class honours from the University of Reading, which apparently was a uni just down the road. So there we go. The guy we're talking about is Jamie Cullum. Now, Jamie, I first got his album 20 something. I thought, well, this guy's pretty good. He's got a bit of he's in that crooning jazzy type of feel, but he was only 24 when the album came out, and there's just something about his exuberance, his youthful exuberance, his interesting outlook on life that makes him really captivating. But he did release a self-titled in the album. Earlier, Heard It All Before was actually a self-funded album for £480. He sold around 500 copies. He then got well known through some playing in pizza parlours of all places. Michael Parkinson also found out about this guy, and it wasn't long before there was a bidding war. And eventually he got signed to a 3-album record deal. The third album, 20 something, the album I've already talked about, this came out in 2003. Went to #1, and it's up to that point one of UK's best-selling jazz artist albums. So very significant in the scheme of things. Sold 2.5 million copies, so absolutely massive. And 20 something, the lead track's a pretty good one. He's thinking about all of his choices in life. Will I go to the gym? Will I become a scholar? Will I fall in love? All these sort of options that we've got. What am I going to do? Because I'm only 20 something after all, and I've got my whole life ahead of me. Now, I did remember watching a speech, once a TEDx talk on the quarter life crisis, and that was that because there's so many choices in this day and age, as a young person, we just don't know what to choose. There's just too many things. There's just too many things to choose from. I mean, you might find yourself going to one of those career expos, where all the employees are there and all the rest of it, and you're just thinking, well, I'm a bit overwhelmed by it all now. This is what can happen when there used to be not so many choices, and it used to be a little bit easier, but now there's just so many choices, so many employers, and we all know how much of a challenge it is to get good staff these days. There is a bit of bidding war going out there for employees right now. But as an employee, how do you choose? How do you decide? Well, to quote Steve Jobs, I think it was a valedictory speech that he said when he talked about, if you don't find out what you love, when you know it, when you find it, you'll know it. He talked about how he got sacked from Apple a little while back, and it was actually during that time that he discovered Pixar and a few other companies like that. He didn't not fall out of love with computers, and I think there's something good about you need something to get yourself up in the morning, and to find what you love to do is absolutely amazing. Now, you're not going to get into your dream job straight away, but there's a bit of a building up process required, a bit of doing your time, working hard, learning the industry that you're keen on, and then going for it, because there are always going to be people more experienced than us. So it's good to utilise those experienced people around you so that you can learn from them. But 20-something's an interesting little take. Hey, when I go to the gym and get a six-pack, I discovered that, I'm really good at Shakespeare, but the world doesn't need any Shakespeare scholars. There could be a bit of disenchantment when you've done all this study and it doesn't lead you anywhere. And as we find with Jamie, he ended up having a music career. And there's just something about following your heart, following what you love. This guy's just got this really indelible, natural singing voice about him, and you just can't help but get carried away with him. So find what you love, really do that, and the world will resonate with that love, absolutely, because you're the only one in the world that can do what you do in the way that you do it. So don't be scared to follow your dreams. Don't be scared to follow your heart. Don't be scared to do what you want to do. Don't be scared to work hard though as well. So there are a lot of choices out there. Hone in what it is that you really, really want. Now you think, well, I can't really work that out. Well, you just get this little gut, this little inkling feeling, oh, take note of that thing. And then, oh, I've got to act on it. Well, yeah, you do. You've got to act on it, because the world isn't going to come and help. You've got to actually reach out to the world and say, hey, this is what I want. And then it will kind of respond to that. So if you're a 20-something, or even if you're facing these questions of the 30-something, 40-something, or 50-something, what do you love? What do you love? And when you are around that 50-year-old age bracket, you've got a bit of experience under your belt. You know, you can start honing in a little bit more of what it is that is important and what means something to you. So we've got a live version of 20-something below. Off that same album, we got the iconic Singing in the Rain. Here's Jamie, actually just him playing the piano. Very, very cool arrangement. There's some really, really cool chords going on here. Here's a jazz artist after all, so you can't just play straight chords. There's always got to be a bit of trendy sevenths and ninths and flat and fifths and all that sort of stuff. So we've got Singing in the Rain. Out in 2009 came the album Pursuit. Off that album, we've got the official clip of I'm All Over It. Just a pretty clip of, hey, look, I'm just ready to move on, whatever. A really, really good clip on that one. Absolutely really, really good. And then we've also got a live version of Gran Torino. He co-wrote this song with Clint Eastwood, and it's got nominated for a Golden Globe Award. So pretty cool to see a live version of Gran Torino. Jamie Cullum, between 1999 and 2020, 9 studio albums, 1 live album, 4 compilation albums, 15 music videos, 32 singles, estimated to have sold around 10 million albums. So pretty significant in the scheme of things. He's also been the host of the Tuesday Evening Jazz Show with BBC since 2010. So he's had a bit of a radio career as well. He's won some Brit Jazz Awards, Silver Clef Awards, MOBO Awards, BBC Jazz Awards, Naomi Awards, just to name a few. As I said, nominated for Golden Globes as well. So this guy's made his own little mark in the world of music. Absolutely. It's good to be able to give Jamie Cullum a bit of a go today. So the links to those 4 videos in the description below. And I've also included my last video from James Taylor, so if you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if this is your first time in Life Reflections from Music, or you've come back for another one, I trust you're all well, and thank you for doing so. Well, I think I've got through all the Jamies, I think. So we're going to head on to Janet Jackson next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.